Hello everyone, welcome back to another episode of r/PettyRevenge. In today's episode, you say dogs barking is just what dogs do, huh? Made a road rager pay for his actions. Violate my no soliciting sign? Before we get started, make sure to subscribe so you will never miss a video. So let's get started. You say dogs barking is just what dogs do, huh? I had a neighbor that had a dog that, I shit you not, barked from about 7 p.m. till 5 a.m. non-stop. They worked nights, I believe. They kept it outside. I knocked numerous times, and they said, "Dogs bark, what do you expect?" Their house was directly behind mine, we shared a divided wall. I recorded their dog for a full day. The minute they brought him in, and felt like they were sleeping, I popped my phone into the dock and played it on my stereo full blast facing their yard at 9 a.m. They came over raving mad to my wall by about 12, asking me to shut my dog up. I said, "It's your dog, I recorded him, since you miss out on what dogs do. I'm just playing the radio at normal allowable city time, and I will do this every day." They started bringing the dog in at night after that. Excellent. They should know their dog barking so bad could cause him lot of behavior issues and stress. I can't imagine how loud he is at night. A dog's bark non-stop can make anyone go insane. Yup. I rescued a blue tick hound a few months back, and we've had a journey together working on not barking at everything. She still has pretty bad separation anxiety and will howl when I leave if she's feeling malicious, but we've definitely made significant progress. At some point, the dog's behavior is the human's fault. You need to at least be actively working on making your dog behave. Also makes me worried about the dog. He probably wanted to be let in. Sounds cruel. Did you check out the noise ordinances for your county? There are laws about barking dogs, as it's a nuisance. Often the dog can be taken away after so many complaints and non-compliance. However, good luck getting someone to take you seriously. It's your dog. That must have been satisfying. My neighbor has dogs that bark at everyone, except me. They leave them out at all hours regardless of weather and pretty much ignore them. I taught them in a matter of days that I would give them attention if they were quiet. The moment they start making a racket, I turn away and go inside. Rosie the golden doodle now will be barking up a storm, but sees me and immediately shuts up and gives the big wags. It took no time to teach her a command to put paws up on the fence so she could get plenty of head and neck scritches. When we're done, I tell her, "Okay, I have to go see my puppy now," at which time she hops down and quietly walks away. They will still bark up a storm when I come out with my puppers for a walk. Riley, 12.5 years old Cocker Spaniel, just looks at them like, "Really? Really," without making a sound, then runs off to pee. Puppy tax paid. Just doing what neighbors do to the idiots who ignore complaints. What massive hypocrites. They didn't care to do anything about your concerns about a dog barking but instantly expected you to care about theirs. Awful people. Made a road rager pay for his actions. So something bizarre happened on my drive to work a few days ago, and I still think about it. There was this car that was aggressively weaving between lanes, sometimes with zero warning or turn signals, and at one point, he tried to get into my lane, but I was already next to him. He still tried to merge and nearly ran me into the left median. I had a car in front of and behind me, so I couldn't brake too fast or speed up. And I was not in his blind spot. So I honked my horn and he still tried to get in the lane, but ended up getting behind me and tailgating me aggressively. And I'm like, whatever dude. I'm just driving to work, this isn't Fast and Furious. You're in a Lexus. Eventually, he got in front of me, and I thought it was the end of it. But this guy made me his enemy because after that, he did not let me pass him. Ever. I simply did not care, I was too tired for antics. But anytime I changed a lane, he'd change with me, and then slow down to slow me down. And for a while, I thought, am I imagining this? So Finally, an exit for the toll road was coming up on the right, and I was like, screw it, I'll take the toll road. Get away from this guy and sped up to get into the exit lane. This guy went all the way from the left lane into my toll road lane, so I was like, you had no intention of being in this lane. I don't think I'm imagining things anymore. So I stayed a good distance back, waited for him to get kinda into the curve of the exit lane to the point where he was committed to it, and I immediately changed lanes and got out, and watched him try to swerve out, but it was too late for him. He was in the toll lanes, and I was on my merry way. I have been thinking about it and laughing for days now. You told him, didn't you? Someone tried doing something similar to me. I was switching into the middle lane, they weren't there, and suddenly they were honking at me. When he couldn't get in my lane, he swerved around me and cut me off. Then, at the next light, he turned on a no-turn on red. He did all this in front of 4 cop cars. One followed him through the no-turn. And about 2 miles down the road, he was pulled over. I've only laughed harder one time in my life. Well, now we need to know what made you laugh harder than that? Something very similar happened to me a few years ago, but a semi-driver came to my rescue instead of a toll road. Rush hour traffic. Merging onto the highway along with lots of other cars. There was an SUV just in front of me and a nice big spot opened up on the highway. I move over from the entrance ramp to the highway before the SUV got a chance to merge. But I didn't speed up. I let him merge onto the highway in front of me, no problem, right? Wrong. He apparently took offense and proceeded to brake check me and swerve from lane to lane for the next couple of miles. I kept trying to avoid him, but he kept getting in front of me and brake checking me. Finally, we were coming up on a major exit, and suddenly a semi maneuvered itself between the SUV and my vehicle. The semi then proceeded to keep changing lanes to the right until the SUV had no option but to take the exit ramp whether they wanted to or not. I really wish people weren't like this, especially when you try and de-escalate it. I've had people mess with me for miles just for the crime of leaving early for work so I could go the speed limit. Someone getting maimed or killed is not worth it because some raging rando is entitled. They got what they deserve for putting everyone's life at risk. Violate my no soliciting sign? Have been having a rash of company reps for roofing, solar, security, etc. ringing my doorbell. When I answer and see what they're bothering me for, I ask if they saw my prominently displayed yard sign. They typically come back with, well, we're not actually soliciting, we're providing information. I recently spent the $50 to get a smart control for my front yard spigot, and have been leaving my yard sprinklers attached. Now when they ring the bell, I have the app open and primed, and my finger on the go button before I open the door. The joy of watching them run when the water starts is almost worth my dogs barking like crazy and being interrupted. I also started parking the car closest to my porch right on the edge of the drive/entry sidewalk, so there's no quick and easy escape path. When I was younger, I loved my Super Soaker water gun. It was awesome. I think what you have done is created the adult version. Nice. My mom wouldn't even entertain the thought of filling those up in the house. Many cups of water of varying sizes were tossed out upstairs windows, the water, not the cup. Alternatively, I recently saw Ask a Lawyer talking about a sign some people posted on their door. It read something to the effect of "I'll be charged at $50 per hour for my time with a $200 minimum fee." Knocking/ringing the bell implies consent and acceptance to this contract. The wording was obviously better and written in legalese. Okay, I own a roofing company, and we never knock on doors with no soliciting signs. That being said, one time there a house with roof in dire need of replacement. Missing shingles, exposed wood, etc. Walked up to the door, and they had signed that they knew who they were voting for, they didn't need religion, and said unless you're selling Girl Scout cookies or have a cold beer, don't ring doorbell or knock on door. Saw an empty beer bottle on the porch. I went to convenience store, bought a 6-pack of same beer and came back. AMD rang doorbell. Guy opened the door kinda aggressively and I just held out the cold 6-pack. Guy started laughing and asked what I needed. 3 weeks later we replaced his roof. Best one I ever saw. On mobile phone, sorry for typos. Whatever you're giving, selling, showing, or telling, we don't want any. Go away. Keep meaning to make this sign. Should have a very small sign on the door stating motion activated sprinkler installed. Caution. Wait until you see them squint trying to read it before you soak em. Soliciting doesn't have to be for sales, they are soliciting your time to listen to them. No soliciting applies to anyone coming to your door uninvited, whether they are soliciting your time, vote, money, or adherence to a belief system. If you made it to the end of the video, thanks for watching. Don't forget to like, subscribe and share, and we will see you in the next video.